Yo, and we are live. Man, it's Seth from Satan Key Media back with another one, man. Man, we got surprising revelations today. Cardi B finally going against feminism as she should as a Catholic woman. Let's get right into it.
Family. One of the reasons, I know people have many different reasons why she hasn't dropped music, but she is a family person, okay? A family woman. This is now her new philosophy. Listen to this.
If you're gonna be the type of bitch that like a nigga, you want a nigga to take care of you and everything, but it's like, all right, you have to like pick a balance. Like it's like you cannot just be a bitch that is like, oh, my man take care of me, he does the bills, but it's like, what do you do? What are you contributing? Like it's like, all right, like you can't be complaining like, oh, I cook, I clean every day. It's like, okay, but you don't work, you don't contribute to the house. So
Now I know all the females going like, wait, hold on, what you talking about? What do you mean she mean? I cook, I clean, but you don't contribute to the house. It's like, well, yeah, you're not contributing to the financial future of the household. So you cooking and cleaning, but even y'all say y'all don't even want to do that no more. Oh, why don't you get a maid? Then what are you really gonna be doing? Is the real question. All right, but
I just feel like it's like, and like sometimes people be like, oh, so this is like really controversial, right?
Cool.
I feel like it's very controversial when like, be like, oh, I don't go 50-50, but it's like, all right. So if you and your man make the same amount of money, right? Mm-hmm. But only your man is the one that paying all the bills. How you ever gonna save up to like buy a house or buy a business? Cause he's never gonna be able to afford to. So it's like,
facts. Man, look, that's what I've been saying. This shit gotta be a team effort. Like, if you want the lavish lifestyle and y'all starting out, like, one making 50K, the other one maybe making 40 or less, then yes, this got to be a team effort. Y'all got to put y'all wealth together and actually build that 6-figure income or more. But, like, nobody want to stick around. Everybody want to come to the man at the finish line. And here's the craziest part. Y'all wouldn't want to come to dudes at the finish line and expect loyalty. It's like, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. I know why you here.
Certain things is like a joint thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a work together. But I just be feeling like sometimes people, like the internet really be having people fucked up from like real reality type shit. So it's like, all right, so your mom and dad used to work every single day, right? Mm-hmm. So your mom and dad used to work every single day so your mom could save her money and buy persons and your dad just pay all the bills. That's not how it works. This is like your mom was in the house cooking and cleaning every day, your dad was working, or they was both working to pay both the bills. Like y'all be...
Oh God, bro. See, I came from a household where both my parents was working and they made it work out just fine. Most people come from a two-parent household where both the parents was working. If they had both parents. Now, if you had a single mom, Lord knows your single mom was working. Well, I'm gonna let her finish.
Acting like y'all don't know what the fuck that is like no more. Like, come on.
And your mom money was your dad money, and your dad money was your mom money.
Like, it was like that. It was like, it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not a feminist anymore because it's like, sometimes it's like, y'all bitches don't be living in the real world.
Did you hear that? I'm not a feminist anymore. You bitches don't be living in the real world.
That's so facts.
I'm actually shocked that Cardi B has even said this. I'm gonna tell you why, and I know she hasn't finished it, but
I'm gonna tell you why I'm shocked she said this. The person that was mainly pushing this like strong, independent woman, damn near making all the females want to be female rappers. Like she was like the mascot of this shit. I don't cook, I don't clean, all that good stuff. And, you know, the logic behind it was, oh, well, yeah, if you make enough money, you can just get a maid. She ain't got to do nothing. All they do is take trips and shit. And I'm just like, no. Like, if you go behind the scenes of their relationship, Offset came to Cardi B and low-key boosted her up. It was a team effort. This is what a lot of people don't understand. You will never be a team on your own. I don't care how sweet you think you is, how cold you think you is with it. You will never beat a team. I don't care how good you are of a fighter. If 3-4 niggas jump you, you are getting your ass beat. Same thing. If you're trying to pool money together, do you really think you're going to pull as much money together as 3-4 people trying to do the same thing? And they on the same team? You just can't beat the team.
I want to interject. it's most likely women like her traditional enough to take care of some of this jargon. Doesn't you want a man to do A, B, C, and D, and those are just traditional gender roles that usually feminism kind of reject, and they're like, no, those things could be split across both genders, or maybe sometimes even flipped. Have a man doing that, and that's usually typically a woman's duty, or have a woman doing that.
I feel like the main argument is that motherfuckers ain't ready to just split the difference here. It's like an all or nothing. It's either the man takes care of everything or he don't get what he deserves to get as a man. It's like, oh, well, you're not doing anything for my submission. I'm like, shawty, you don't got to pay a full amount of bills because of me. You save half of your check or more because of me. And you're telling me that doesn't deserve some type of respect? And knowing damn well if you was to go out there single on your own, you'd have to do all this on your own. And you're trying to downplay it is wild. Like who the fuck you think you is?
It's like if we want to go and everything, it's like, all right, like if we're going to buy a house, like let's go half and half. And it's like if we're going to buy...
It's not a one-way street.
It's not a one-way street. Like it's like if we're going to buy like crazy expensive furniture, it's like, all right, you buy the couch and I buy the dining room set. Like it's a both thing. Like
right.
It's a both thing. Because then when you leave, like, bitch, you really leave with nothing. Because you was like, hey, he has to pay all the bills. Well, you're divorced and you don't got no house, no nothing. You don't got shit. You got shit.
Because you didn't put in. And most women, I'm gonna be real with you. Most women who stick with him, I'll say this. Most women who stick with a man from the start to the finish, bro, they done built so much shit with that man that the man can't even risk losing her. To be honest, it's like they done built so much shit together as a team that he even knows that, yeah, some of this shit got her name on it. Most of the shit may have my name on it, but a decent amount got her name on it. When you work as a team, it works out better for females. They don't even know that. They want to meet us at the finish line and expect loyalty. It's like, no, it don't. That's where you end up with nothing. Because you came in with nothing with a man who had everything, who already made it to the finish line. And now you're over here expecting him to be loyal? Oh, okay. And then when y'all divorce, oh, you just want everything? Man, girl, no.
You don't even got a couch, bitch. Mm-hmm. That's my thought. I'm really old school. I'm old school.
I'm old school too.
If you're gonna be the type of...
Cardi B was a stripper before.
Fact.
A lot of strippers, they understand a lot of like the dynamic of what real relationships is, but they're usually in a place of desperation. You know, most of these chicks, they usually have to have a contorted mindset of fuck these niggas. Let's have this mindset where it's like just primarily based on men giving us money. I only believe that Cardi B's mindset has changed because...
And that's fact. And that like stripper like mindset towards a man, bro, it is such a turn off. Like I promise you, it is the biggest turn off you can do to a dude when you sit there, you just playing in his face, basically being a tease, just to see how much you can get out of him. And if you don't think that shit is transparent, then sweetheart, I ain't gonna lie, you is kind of slow. Like, come on now. We know what's going on. Now, if we're in a strip club, okay, it's expected. But when we're out and about on a date, and this is supposed to be like a more sophisticated setting, or I guess a more wholesome interaction, and you turn it into like a stripper interaction, man, I ain't gonna lie. Niggas be ready to get the fuck up on through.
She's realized that this is a balancing act to have a family, and wants her children to grow up with their dad in the household. She has to make compromises and realize, well, if daddy is bringing A, B, and C, I have to ignore her. You know.
All right. Act is getting a little bit too much.
Money, right? Mm-hmm. But only your man is the one that paying all the bills. How you ever gonna save up to like buy a house or buy a business? Because he's never gonna be able to afford to. So it's like certain things is like a joint thing to do.
Yeah, and there you go. It's like you want your man to do everything because you lazy. 50K don't work for you because you lazy. And you don't want to have to work no more because you're lazy. It's like if you weren't so fucking lazy, your man making 50K would be cool because you'd be like, all right, cool. If I just at least make 40, all right, cool, we're at 90. If we go ahead and stuff our money and save at least 10 to 20K a year, all right, bet. We got a nest egg that we can make take vacations or invest in property. Is like, y'all can make investments if y'all work together, because you can't beat the fucking team. You can't. That's why married couples are statistically make more money. That's why married women statistically have more money than single women, because you cannot beat a team at whatever goal they're trying to achieve, especially if you're just trying to do it yourself. How is you as one person going to get as much money as 5 people? All to go the same goals, to pull as much money as possible. You're going to lose. Like, man, look, man, just join the team, which is a marriage or a unionship with some good ass man, and get your head out your ass.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a work together. But I just be feeling like sometimes people, like the internet really be having people fucked up from like real reality type shit.
Stream brought you
so
by
it's
Celsius.
like, all right, so your mom and dad used to work every single day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your mom and dad used to work every single day so your mom could save her money and buy purses and your dad just pay all the bills. That's not how it works. It's either your mom was in the house cooking and cleaning every day, your dad was working, or they was both working to pay both the bills. Like, y'all be acting like y'all don't know what the fuck that is like no more. Like, come on.
On God, like, bro, who else in the chat came from a 2-parent household where both your parents was out there working and you had a pretty good life? Like, Christmas was good, all holidays went by smoothly. Man, like, y'all never went without no food on your plate. It's like, bro, and the thing is, a lot of women seen their mom work and they say, oh, she was going through slavery. No, she was working towards a dream. She was working towards a destination. And for some reason, y'all didn't see that and y'all wanted to go take a shortcut. Crazy. Instead of building with a man, you rather go to OnlyFans or just wait at the finish line, get a rich man, and be mad you can't get no loyalty out of that rich man.
And your mom money was your dad money, and your dad money was your mom money.
Like, it was like that.
It was
like, it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not a feminist anymore, because it's like, sometimes it's like, y'all bitches don't be living in the real world.
Right.
Y'all not living there.
Y'all be talking about my money is my money and his money is my money.
I mean, my money is my money, his money is my money. But like, my money is my money. Like, my money is my money and his money is his money. But it's like, but you know, like, it's like we both spend money on each other and everything. And it's like, if we want to go and everything, it's like, all right, like, if we're going to buy a house, like, let's go half and half. And it's like, if we're going to buy.
It's not a one-way street.
It's not a one-way street. Like, it's like, if we're going to buy like crazy expensive furniture, it's like, all right, you buy the couch and I buy the dining room set. Like, it's like, it's a both thing. Like, it's a both thing. Because then when you leave, like, bitch, you really leave for nothing. Because you was like, hey, he has to pay all the bills. Well, you're divorced and you don't got no house, no nothing. You don't got shit. You got shit.
Yeah, I swear to God. I'm going to say right now, I believe the girls who get left behind is the girls that wait at niggas at the finish line. And the girls who actually never get left alone or never get left, period, is because they actually stuck it through day one with their man. They done built so much shit together with their man that in the businesses that they built together, they got things split in between their names. Why would you leave a woman when y'all got shit so meshed together, so intertwined? But oh no, this girl just met you at the finish line. You a big dog millionaire. You looking at her like, man, I already know why you here. It's like, oh, we're divorcing? Yeah, you ain't getting shit. And I don't owe you shit.
And leave a check in a bank book and a credit cards and take everything you came with. Mm-hmm. Real talk. Those that know, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I mean, she's right. And I'm actually kind of glad to see Cardi leaving the plantation and walking away from these modern feminist techniques that wasn't good for our families. I've always subscribed to the idea of 100-100, meaning that I want 100% of everything that you got, and you want 100% of what it is that I got. I'm going to put 100% in.
I like to speak to that, because that 100-100 is sauce. You give 100 of yourself, your woman give 100 of herself. And there ain't nothing that y'all shouldn't be able to accomplish or, get to. Because think about it. Well, why is one person going 100 and the other person going 50? Why is the goal for a woman just you to be all 100, her just to be sitting there? It's like, so when I become a millionaire and I'm buying everything, what are you gonna do now? Because now the cooking and cleaning is already being taken care of. You can't cook better than the international chef. Like, the fuck? So what are you really gonna be doing? That's where, if you were working with me towards these businesses, you would actually be more intertwined in my daily lifestyle, to the point where even if we have everybody taking care of all the essentials for us, we can go about our day together. But oh no, if I'm the one doing everything, then you're just gonna be sitting at home wondering what the fuck to do, twiddling your fingers. And Lord knows, idle hands do the devil's work.
Effort, everything, right? And so I've always believed that, well, let me separate it, right? There's two types of relationships, and she's 100% right. It's two types of relationships. It's the first one where she was getting it with you out of the gym, meaning that y'all was both really never had nothing, or you didn't have anything when you first started. And this is kind of the relationship for people that get married a little bit earlier, which goes against what most women say that they want as far as a dude that's with potential. Well, what do you think that you was? Because we don't know what type of mother you are. We don't know what kind of character you really have when things get bad or go left, or you under duress, if you ready to fight or flight, or if you gonna hold me down and on that. We don't know nothing about you. So you just potential also, because we don't really know you like that yet. But however, you supposed to be poor when you 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, even 25 years old, because you just really getting started. You just getting going. And so everything that you do and everything that you have is all based off of potential. It's not based off of anything that you've built. So the type of chick that's holding you down and, you know, understand she pouring into you, a lot of y'all know what it means to actually be down, and the chick, you know, give you everything. Everything, whether you down or you up, she just giving you everything. She giving you her paycheck. She giving you.
I appreciate the comment,
she asking for direction. She trying to understand what it is that you want, what you gonna do, because the only thing she care about is you, and the only thing you care about is us and her, because she's then gonna be the beneficiary of your greatness, which is very much my story, right?
Yeah, on God though, the women are gonna be the beneficiary. They live longer than you. So whatever woman you putting all that time and effort into, and she gonna be the beneficiary of it. You and whatever kid you pop out that young lady.
Hey, I got married when I was 22. I met her when I was in high school. We didn't even talk in high school. Was into my mom's basement, and we got it out the mud. And now today, she basically can have everything. And
see, and if you don't know who Anton Daniels is, bro, dude, a multi-millionaire, and he's literally talking about him and his wife, how they got together when they was like probably in the early 20s, real early 20s, went from mama's basement to mansion, all because and that's because they stuck it there together through the mud. And here's the thing, there was plenty of times where she could have probably went on to a richer nigga or a better, supposedly or seemingly better situation and left that nigga, but she didn't. She stayed down, she grinded through, and now she gets the benefits of it. And now, even if this man decides to leave that woman, she's entitled to something because she was through it, because she was going through the mud with that man. Y'all know about that, though.
And she works for me. She actually works for me. Like, she not just the type of person that just sit around, don't do nothing. No, she grinds, she hustles, she go get it.
Appreciate the love.
She makes sure that she deal with contractors. She's on top of dealing with the architect,
your opinion,
everything. Like, she's on top of it. The second type of relationship is the type of person that come into your life when you already made it. And this is the one that women say that they want. Now, I'm not against guys staying single and saying that I don't really care because I really don't need you, in which you don't. You're going to be successful with or without her, but a woman's role is to be a helpmeet. Now, in that situation, regardless, it's still 100. But more importantly, first, I suggest you get an ironclad prenup where you get her own lawyer, and then, or she gets her own lawyer, and then you let her sit with the contract for at least 6 months, get it signed and all of that, right? Especially within the black.
Just straight spitting on this one. But all right, though, I do want to get to this one Candace Owens too, because she really says some shit on here too pertaining to the situation. And low key, what happens when women just go out there on their own and just try to get it out the mud themselves, and they realize that they can't compete with the married woman who's stacking it with her husband, so they go to OnlyFans for the cheat code. Remember, there's always consequences to cheat codes. Even when you're playing the game, consequence to the cheat code is you don't have the experience that you would have had if you'd have went out there and earned it.
Was this pattern as I was asking them questions and talking about their lives. Anytime they would say something, it was very much, I don't care about men or I don't care about dating, because one of the things that Myron does is asks them if they're in a relationship, and the overwhelming majority of them are not in a relationship, or if they are in one, it's a very new relationship, so we don't know if it's going to be successful, but we have an idea. And I was very struck by the fact that, well, not really struck, it makes sense, the majority of these girls, all of them, actually did not grow up with a father in the home. It's, of course, makes sense why they don't like men and why they have turned to these sorts of careers. But there was one girl that really stood out to me, and her name was Kayla, and she shared her story, and her story was very sad. Take a listen.
Yeah,
you mean like
it does
hookup
get kind of
culture?
dark. This story is kind of dark.
Right.
Yeah, like hooking
when
up
I was
with a lot
younger,
of guys.
like when Tinder first came out, I think I was like 16 years old, trying to find a boyfriend.
On Tinder?
Oh,
Yeah, I grew up in a very small town in Michigan.
Whatever happened in high school?
Like I said, I grew up in a very small town.
God damn. So she was on Tinder at 16, and you already know, she's 16 looking for older men, and she's only 16 doing this shit is crazy. It's crazy. Man, look, man. Hey, men, stay in your daughter's lives, because this is what happens when you don't. This is what happens when you don't, man. I swear to God. Don't be a deadbeat.
Okay.
And did you think like having sex with them would bring you a relationship sort of a thing?
I just
Hookup
thought that's
culture?
like what you did, like
Yeah.
if you wanted to be
I
in a
know for
relationship with
sure.
somebody.
Yeah,
I don't think
know
that's,
about that.
when you're 16, your brain's not
That
developed, and I
Rabbi
think a lot of
Shmoozy is
young
on
women
demon
think
time
that
with
when they're
kid
young,
songs.
and so I totally get that, especially with culture telling you all the time that it's like, do this, and maybe he'll want you. When did you have how old were you when you had a child?
I had her when I was 20.
Okay, so quite young.
Yeah.
And was that a long-term relationship leading up to it, or?
So I met him when I was a stripper. So he met me at the strip club when I was like just getting off drugs, and so I was like looking for a way out. I was staying in like a drug house and everything.
Yeah. What drugs? What drug were you addicted to?
Cocaine.
Okay.
Nah, come on.
So, and he was a pimp. I like found out after like he took me out to eat or whatever that he was a pimp.
You can do better. You can do
So I stuck with him for a couple weeks, like staying in a hotel, and then like I got put on probation. So like he was still the only person like paying for my phone bill and stuff like that. So I just stuck with him, and then like later on he just told me like he loved me and he wanted me to be his girlfriend. So
I ain't gonna lie, that's manipulation tactics 101. I'm weak as hell. Hey. 499. You going a little too crazy in the chat right now. That is funny though. But nah though. Look. This is why age gap dating is problematic at a certain time, because I ain't gonna lie, whoever that ex-boyfriend was preyed on that young lady like, what, 16 years old? Oh, she's willing to do whatever just for me to be around. Don't got no father figure. Oh, I'm about to run her through the roof. Like, what? That's how pimps get hoes. Man, it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
I was just like, okay. And this is when I was 19. So.
Yeah, so you were very young. Did you grow up with a dad in your house?
My dad died when I was 11.
Okay, that's very interesting.
This is sad.
Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, no, it's, I mean, there's a very clear pipeline that happens, and I think it's actually really great that you're sharing it, because, you know, the worst thing is when people pretend this is like an amazing lifestyle, and it's like I had every option available to me.
I don't condone like girls doing OnlyFans or anything. Like I do it, but like I just do it because it allows, and it also allows me to be like a full-time, I am a single mom, no child support, no benefits, nothing like that.
God damn.
And like,
no child support. You're like, damn, you didn't even get the child support. Like, shit. Like, goddamn, baby girl, at least get the child support. Like, I ain't gonna lie, the dude gotta be ain't shit if you can't even get child support. I even go, God. As soon as the lady said, oh yeah, I can't even get child support out that guy, I'm like, yeah, it's a wrap, baby girl. You fucked up. Yeah, you chose horribly wrong. But damn, no food stamps, no nothing, nothing for them kids. So that's what we doing. We just gonna leave the kids' ass out. Like, I don't know if that's a responsible thing to do, but let's let her continue. It
allowed me to stop prostituting, because like obviously I was like a prostitute. So
I'm really grateful that you shared that. I think it takes a lot to talk about that. Like
no, for sure. And
this
is why I like to come on like shows and stuff to spread like what I've been through.
I also want to be clear that Kayla shared that she had been sober from drinking and abusing any drugs for 3 years, which I thought was amazing. And I really encouraged her in that direction because she needs to hear that she's doing well. She is doing well. She's taking steps to make her life better, at least. And she very much understands that.
All right, let's calm down with the J's in the chat real quick. Now look. It's a certain group of J's. Remember, we ain't anti-Semitic around here. Chill out a little bit, guys. There's gonna be an episode we can go buck wild on that.
She is leaning on OnlyFans, not because she thinks it's the right decision. It's not the right decision. Of course, it's not a good decision to sell your body, but because she has no other economic means. And this is why I really enjoyed these women, as opposed to the women that I sat down with on the Whatever podcast, who were approaching the topic as if it was a no-brainer, that it was all about money. They're making tons of money. These guys are idiots. And they didn't understand that while I very much completely know what it must feel like to be broke all the time, especially in today's economy, it sucked when I was broke growing up, that they're in the fast lane, but the fast lane ends very quickly, which is to say that everything seems amazing. And
bro, and that's for like men and women, I promise you. The fast lane always ends quickly. For guys, it's drug dealing, scamming, and whatever else we get into as guys. Women, of course, is prostitution, OnlyFans, and all this other good stuff. It starts out fantastic. I promise you. You walk around with pockets full of money as a guy. You got all the women on your ass and all that good stuff. It's tremendous. It's great. But when them boys come for you, I promise you, man, look. When them boys come for you, it gets worse. Everything gets flipped around. You went from having a pocket full of money to no money. Actually, you don't even have your own clothes on. You went from having all bitches around you to all guys around you. And some of them want to make you a booty. No, let's not go there.
And fast and like so much money when you're young. Then what happens, of course, is they're going to get older. And then what you're going to have is younger OnlyFans model that are making more money.
Appreciate
and of course, men are not going to want to date women that have that sort of a resume, which is the point that Fresh and Fit make to these young ladies. Like, why would any guy want to date you? They're very harsh in the way that they say that, but it's something that I think that the young women don't think about when they're trying to emulate and be someone like a Kim Kardashian or a Kylie Jenner, is they think that they can just stop that sort of a career path whenever they want, and every other man is going to be available to them, where that's just not true. Of course, that simply isn't true. One thing that I was able to share with them, and this particular clip went viral, and so I want to share it again so that everyone can hear it in case they don't watch the Fresh and Fit podcast, was just a story from my childhood, because I very much identify with young women, how easy it can seem when you're presented with the option of fast money and you have your youth and you have your beauty, so why not? This is a 100% true story. Me and a person who was my best friend, one of my best friends in high school, were back from college. I think it was just the first semester. We decided to go out in New York City, and we landed at a bar, and it was just a total chance thing. But an artist named Wyclef Jean was performing. You might be familiar with him. And it's really interesting because she was a very innocent girl, very sweet. He offered us an opportunity to go on a couple.
Oh yeah, Ken is about to give you a tale of temptation. And the tale of temptation is always a crazy one.
Of tour stops with him, and we went, and she changed. She changed instantly on this tour stops. It was very obvious that she was suggesting to him that he could sleep with her, despite the fact, and I will stand by this, that he did not put any pressure on either of us to do that whatsoever. And it changed her life. That moment changed her life. She ended up dropping out of the school that she was in and sort of pursuing this, if you want to call it limelight, this sort of quick money. The following year I visited her, she had moved to Miami. She was living in a massive apartment. It was 2-bedroom, 2 bathrooms. I mean, what were we, 20 years old?
So she became an industry girl pretty much the old way. Because remember, Candace is like 35, you feel me? So if you want to take this back into the days where Candace was like 18 or so, yeah, we're talking about back in the day, like 05 or something. And you tell me all you had to do was make it on the rapper's bus, get the word around, and you was one of them girls. Like, if you was just seen around high-class males, it was like, okay, congratulations. You made it to the upper echelons of femininity at this point. And it could get a little hectic because if you're smart, you're going to try to latch on to one and ride that one out. If you're stupid, you're going to just, fuck each one for the bag. Like this one, that rapper, that singer, that NFL player, boom, boom, boom.
And I was so broke. I remember visiting her on that spring break. I was so broke. Now she's not in school. She's got every rapper that is texting her. She's hanging out with them. She's dating some of them. She's sleeping with tons of them. And I just remember leaving her in Miami, didn't recognize who my friend was, and calling another friend of mine named Devin. And I remember crying because I could not even afford to put gas in my car. Like I remember saying to him, Devin, this is so unfair. It's so unfair. If I just did what she did, I could have so much. She lives in a huge place. People are taking care of her bills. She doesn't.
I swear us guys go through that too, though. Us guys go that too. We seen these niggas selling drugs. We see the niggas scamming. And we going like, damn, man, do I need to compromise my integrity or something? Like, damn, what am I supposed to do? Like, and yeah, it get very hard when one of your peoples was like, oh yeah, bro, you gotta get in on this, bro. Get on this drug highs, this want. And you don't go, and hey, everything goes well for the niggas. God bless them. They up now, and they kind of shitting on you. You gonna get shitted on a little bit. But if you keep your integrity and you grinding, you're gonna get some money that you don't gotta hide. You can get some money that you can be proud of, that you can show out about more than them. I'm just saying, man, just doing things the honorable way and just sticking to your integrity is just the best way to go about life. I'm just saying like that.
Even work, she says she's modeling. It's just so unfair. She's doing music videos, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll never forget what Devin said to me. He said, Candace, if you think in 10 years your life is going to be worse than hers, you are out of your mind. You're out of your mind. If you think 10 years down the line, the decisions that she is making is going to lead to a healthy and a good life, you are out of your mind. Years later, I must have been.
And that's the same thing for guys. If you sit there and look at those drug dealers and all that, even the athletes, you got to kind of look at in the same light. Like, bro, 10 years from now, is bro even going to have that $1 million? Because like 90% of these dudes are leaving broke. 99% of these drug dealers goes to the feds. Then most of them don't just put their money up and then go on and buy a business and go on about their life. Now, most of them don't do that. 99% of them go all out and hit the feds and get life or something. Like, let's just keep it real. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on now. Let's stop like glorifying the villain path. Let's stop glorifying debauchery and let's get real. Like, we know the end results. You should.
25 years old. I was working in private equity, and no joke, the person that ran the firm had a massive wedding, and he invited Wyclef Jean to perform. And I hadn't seen him since I was 19, 20 years old, chose a different life for myself. And here I was working on this massive wedding. I'll never forget, after he came and took the meeting with the execs, he and I took an elevator downstairs together, and he looked at me and he said, I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you and what you did in your life. And I knew what he meant. I knew that he meant that he was proud of me because I didn't sell myself to artists, even when I had the opportunity to. And then beyond that, fast forward to, I don't know, was I about 30 years old? It was a couple of years after that. I can't remember the timeline, but I was working with Charlie Kirk at Turning Point USA. And I am not kidding. This is a true story. You can ask Charlie Kirk. We walked into the Four Seasons in Los Angeles, and working at the front desk was my former friend who had all of the money in the world.
I promise you, because there's a time limit. There's always a time limit on the fast money. I swear to God. But there's a benefit for women because when they choose a fast life, their time limit is as far as their youth takes them. Your time limit is as far as the feds see you as a problem or the niggas around you is on your side and don't want to take you out the game. You feel me? It's a little dangerous for men, but being a man has always been more dangerous. Fast money lifestyle, even going to the traditional route is dangerous for us. So let's just keep it a buck on that.
In Miami when she was 20 or 21, and suddenly, here she was as a hostess at the Four Seasons. Not where she began, not the life that she was living. And, I wish her all the love in the world and all the luck in the world, but I know that eventually what Devin had said was going to happen is indeed what happened. She got older, not as interesting to those rappers. She chose the fast life, but it didn't get her anywhere in the long run. You know, it was fast, quick, and then it was over. And so I shared that story with them, and you could really see how much it was resonating with them and how much maybe they were thinking about changing their lives, because it's never too late to change their lives. And in the end, that was the advice that I left them with when they were able to write in questions to me. So it works like this. They write their questions on a paper and they sort of pull them out of a hat. So I don't know who is asking the question, but I can answer it. And I will let you guys watch that moment here.
Do you believe someone can truly change once they find God or religion, even if they have a promiscuous past? Alexis?
Yes, I actually was thinking about that. Can you remind me of your name?
Enola Blaze.
Nola?
Enola Blaze. My real name is Kayla.
Kayla.
Yes.
So I was thinking about that with Kayla because I had a former porn star on my show.
You know, even if you're not like the religious type, because, you know, not everybody can just choose like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to be religion and turn to God. Like, I understand that. All right, well, then choose a path of self-love. Choose spirituality. Choose understanding that you are one in the world and you deserve more love than you're giving yourself. Like, you feel me? Like, learn about that at least if you don't want to be a religious person. Like, goddamn. Like, you know, choose something to keep yourself grounded, to keep your ego in check, to keep you out of indulging yourself in the 7 deadly sins. Because a lot of these girls get into the, greed, envy, a lot of things go into that OnlyFans path that just is not virtuous whatsoever.
And you should definitely watch that episode. And she transformed her life. She has kids, she's married, and she just came to her faith. And it was a really interesting conversation to talk about, you know, the industry, same thing, drug addiction, everything. And then she just gave up her life to God and, you know, met somebody at church who just wanted to know more about her. She was very open about, you know, her life and where she came from. And now she has like 3 kids, you know, she's been married to him for years, and what brought them together.
Actually, no, and our thing is, I caught clips of the interview, and this was stuck out about the interview is that old girl was low key really apologetic. She was the man was sympathetic, of course, but the apologeticness of the woman, she didn't she didn't feel entitled. Like, she didn't just go out there with this entitledness to, oh yeah, you better accept me. She was like, can you please accept me? And that's what a lot of women, damn, gotta take that with even single motherhood. It's like, don't be out there trying to say, can you accept me? You better accept me. Be like, can you please accept me? I know I've made mistakes in the past, but I'm a good woman. It's just how niggas come out of jail. We be like, yo, at the job, like, yo, can y'all please hire me? Yo, I know I did some shit in my past, but I need this shit. Same thing.
There was faith. And I think that it is such a strong tenet and people turn away from it so much. But what God can do in your life when you give up your life to God, I've seen it happen. If you want to see a miracle, turn to faith.
Wow.
And I want that for you, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to pray for you, Kayla.
Thank you.
She was so happy. The girls were so happy. Ended on such a wonderful, beautiful note. And I really do want to encourage people to watch that episode. I want young women especially to watch that episode and to know that just because you're going through a period of grief, which we all go through, and just because you're frustrated maybe by your finances and, of course, the glamour and the gloss of social media letting you know all the times that it could be so much easier, even if you sold your soul to the devil, you don't have to do that. You really do not have to do that. There is another option, and that option is hard work. And by the way, if you already have,
Let's circle around the main point. Yep, hard work. You get a man, you guys get a woman or women that y'all can just work together and build an empire with. You feel me? Like, shoot, do what you gotta do. You feel me? You got riz your way to success.
You already are selling yourself. At any moment you can stop and you could turn to something else, something that is much more fulfilling. So I appreciate being able to sit down with these young ladies. They learned from me, but I want to say also, I very much learned from them. And that's all I have to say about that. While experts anticipated rate cuts in...
Now, I know you guys was, talking about the Jays in the chat. So I got a little treat for you here, an interview with a rabbi. I guess a trailer's coming out.
I could not even believe... Basically nothing that I said, and at certain points, the opposite of what I said. Wildest headline ever. Here it is. It was published by PJ Media, and if they have any dignity, they should take it down. But the headline is, let's be honest, Candace Owens is a Jew-hating bigot. Honestly, virtually everything was...
See, and that's what I hate, bro. Like, oh my God, you can't say nothing about him. You just can't just say the real. You can't say the real without them trying to come after you after. You can't say the real. So this is what I'd always say is just like, look, I like to start off with the look. I understand that all y'all like this, but can we just shine a light on the very select few of y'all that's on bullshit? Like, come on now. Like, come on. Like, let's see, can we be real? It's almost like how we are with, like, with my people, with black people. It's like, look, man, we understand how all black people are bad. We just understand that there's a decent percent of y'all, probably like about good 20% of y'all, that's on bullshit. And the problem with these people's small amount of people being on bullshit is their bullshit people have a lot of power in a lot of places that control a lot of people's minds, which is crazy. But that's as far as I'll go on that. That's as far as I'm going now. And I ain't trying to get my shit taken off. But, man, let me know what y'all think, man. That was pretty wild, man. Yo, let me go ahead and read some comments in the chat real quick before I close out. I do appreciate y'all very much, man. Appreciate the 22 of y'all sticking in here, man. You know, S.E.T Key Media. Make sure you like and subscribe. We react to all this shit that all the other reaction channels are afraid to react to. It doesn't matter. We gonna react to it. We can go on Rumble. We gonna react to even some wilder stuff. I wanted to react to Ryan Dawson, but I'm not sure if the video he posted on Twitter, if I'm gonna be able to get away with that. Because it's mainly about a certain group of people, and I'm gonna have to probably take that shit to Rumble. But all right, so we got a bunch of Trump support. Shout out. Mister, I appreciate the compliment. Not sure if it was backhanded or not, but I do appreciate you. Diamond Crawford, appreciate the love, girl. We love you. And Corey Monday, man, appreciate it, man. Facts. Man, all right. But let me just give you my closing thoughts on this, because, bro. On the Cardi B situation, I am so goddamn happy. I'm so happy, bro. This is what we needed. Like, niggas needed this. We needed her to speak the fuck up and just be like, look, women, y'all got the game fucked up. If y'all want to be like me, y'all can't move how I'm telling you off my music. Like, don't listen to my music. Listen to the actual spoken words that's coming out of my mouth. Because, bro, you gonna fuck yourself up listening to these female rappers and going about your life like they do in their music videos. You need to find you a man that you believe in. You need to go ahead and grind it out with that guy. Put y'all shit together, have some kids, and build an empire or build a nest egg or something. Build a 6-figure household. Build a 7-figure household. You gonna do it a lot quicker, swear to God, than doing it by yourself. I promise you. Yeah, I've been converted, man. Look, man, Lisa, I've been converted to Trump too, and the main reason why is just because, man, they got us, bro. Look, the black community, they grabbed us. They really did grab us with the liberalism. It was fun. You know, there's like, oh yeah, you can smoke weed now and all this wild shit. We was like, oh yeah, they on our side. Oh yeah, and then I ain't gonna lie, no, they were not. Like, nope. We were bamboozled on that note. Now, also, well, economically, Biden has fucked us up with these wars and all that Trump would have never got into. Trump was damn near an isolationist at a certain point. He's like, man, we ain't messing with these countries unless it's on business. Unless it's on business. If we can make money and better our economy off it, then we're not fucking with them. And that's how we should have kept it. We honestly should have kept on somebody like Trump. But hey, man, they pushed the narratives. They made everybody think that, oh, if we get somebody like Trump again, we're gonna go back to slavery and all this wild ass assumptions. Like crazy shit. All right, man. But make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, man. Love you, man. This is S.E.T from S.E.T Key Media. We out.